Was there anything that, at least, especially from your boxing days, that you were able to parlay into wrestling? Because there's a lot of similarities.
Well, the boxing, the thing that was hard about going from boxing to wrestling was throwing a working punch. Boxing, you use your shoulders and you use your momentum and stuff. And with wrestling, you get the big wind up, and you would never see that obviously in boxing. So that was a little difficult to navigate that. I definitely potatoed a few guys in my day when I first started, but never on purpose. It was just one of those things where you learn as you go. But I was really blessed that Dusty put with some of the top guys in the business to teach me along the road, because when I got into professional wrestling with WCW, I signed my contract. I only had a few amateur bouts under me. I
Mhm.
only had a few wrestling matches under me for Suncoast Pro Wrestling and a couple other local places in Claremont, but I really didn't get to wrestle a lot. So getting on the road, next thing you know, I'm in front of all these people, and I'm wrestling like they put me with Ricky Morton to begin with, or Raven, it was Scotty Flamingo
Mhm.
back then.
Yeah.
Um, oh gosh, Tracy Smothers, the guys that were really great workers that taught me along the way, and then of course moved me up to guys like Arn Anderson and Triple H, and or John Paul Levesque or whatever it was
Mhm.
back then. Um, and so it was a really great learning experience. I was blessed to be in there with some of the best ever.
Yeah, I mean, you worked in WCW. You had this great gimmick, Johnny B. Bad, former world television champion. I mean, what? Tell me about some of your favorite opponents to wrestle during this period of time.
There's a few guys that it's hard to pick just one because they're all so different in different ways. But I remember a match that stands out is with Flying Brian at Fall Brawl. We went 30 minutes, and it was a classic match. And we really put on a great show, and it was I think it was the top match on the card for the pay-per-view. But I had some real good ones with DDP, who's one of my close friends. He lives 20 minutes down the road from me here, so we still challenge each other in craziness.
Mhm.
Arn Anderson was another. Just you can't have a bad match with Arn Anderson.
No.
Oh gosh, I got to wrestle Ric Flair. Was like a day off. Everybody knows Ric Flair matches, so it was kind of an easy match. Um, Guys, there's so many guys that I think of. Stone Cold Steve Austin. We was Stunning Steve in WCW. I got to wrestle him so many times because we wrestled many programs in WCW. And then I went on to WWE and wrestled, King of the Ring, and we did so many other things there. So I was blessed to learn from some of the best.